Good evening, Dandadan fans. Chapter 198. Mr. Twitchy94. That's my eyeball somewhere over there. Vontae the First. Welcome. Chapter
What's up?
reaction. Not a discussion. Do peep that if you have not already.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Laz once again, man. I'm sure if you guys are here, you probably seen Laz on YouTube. Not a lot of people do Dandadan manga, so yeah, I probably know. And if you were here last stream or you watched the live, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a unique discussion. I love seeing someone else's input and thoughts on this series because it's so crazy. I'm not even going to try to do a recap of what's happened this arc because, you know, insanity every single week.
Yo, what's up, Sherm?
Sure, welcome.
There you go. Almost at 200, man. Almost at the milestone.
And we are almost at a milestone ourselves. We're at 953 subs, so trying to get to that 1K maybe by the end of the month if I get my act together and get these videos out, but we'll see.
So last chapter, what happened last chapter?
Science! No, shout out to Bill Nye though. But we had Momo hatch a plan after the human typhoon sneezed a couple of frozen sharks at the Mongolian Death Worm. Those are some gross boogers. And because of that attack, the Mongolian Death Worm was nearly torn to pieces. So Momo's like, I got a great idea. I'm gonna stick my hand in it. Pause. And was able to create a kite for them to fly up into the stratosphere. And we saw the eye of the storm. Bruh.
It's time for Lasik eye surgery. That's what she loves, eye stuff. She just loves anything that you
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Pain.
It's my favorite. I hate it, actually.
Oh, man. I don't know. Once again, before we start, what's some predictions you got for this? Like, when we defeated, what happens after we defeat it, if we can defeat it, disperse it.
I think this will be a two-part conclusion to this enemy. So I think this chapter, we're going to do an attack. It may or may not work. And then the human typhoon is going to kind of hit back. The rest of the face will show up, or as you predicted, it might be the other eye or the other actual nose of the human typhoon. So it might be something that is much larger than this typhoon, which is crazy to say because typhoons are already large AF. But yeah, I could see chapter 200 being an insane reveal. So like, we talked about Mother Earth before. Like, Tatsu loves his puns. The Eye of the Storm. What if Earth is actually a mother of the cryptids? A mother of humanity, subterraneans, whatever you want to say. So I could see some insane reveal. Big Mama, literally.
Biggest,
Big Gaia.
Biggest mama.
I don't know. Talking planets, not outside the realm of Tatsu's bag, I'll just say. So, I don't know. What do you got, though?
Honestly, I don't really have a very specific answer, but I think once it dispersed, there would be something there. I don't know, it'd be like a karmic ball or something adjacent to it. If obviously Momo doesn't get lost, that was the whole theory or prediction that we had. I don't know. I don't know what else we got. I mean, we know that Seiko's piloting, trying to pilot the plane. Maybe we'll go through like a teleporter or like a little wormhole or something like that. I just feel like that's very like conspiracy theories and stuff. It probably will happen. Especially since the iris and then the pupil, it being an actual hole and going through there.
Kind of wormhole-ish. Okay.
Yeah. So something like that, I feel like is going to happen. Other than that, that's all I pretty much got for a prediction.
Fair. can't believe the anime's back in 3 weeks. My goodness.
Yep. And we will be here too, guys. So manga and anime, both side by side, week to week. We'll be here.
If you're new to our channel for the manga reactions of Dandadan, welcome if you're watching this in post. But we are going to be so obnoxious as anime viewers because we're going to plug this like every video. Well, read the manga. Read the manga. You don't feel like waiting until next week? Read it all like Sherm did in 1 or 2 days. But yeah, that's pretty much it I got for this intro bit.
I believe it is you this week, or you, me, both. I don't know.
Okay, let's go both. No, I'll let you go first though. So I'll get out of here in a sec.
All right. So you guys know what we like to do every stream. One of us will read the chapter first, fully, so you can get their reaction solely. And then once I'm done reading the chapter, I can push you back in so he can read the chapter himself. This is a nice way that you guys can get both of our reactions and us reading and all that stuff solo instead of like together. Because in other streams we've done, when we did like a lot of read-throughs, a lot of times one of us will have the camera off, but they'll be following along. But we don't want to do that because we want you guys to get our reactions all the time. So when it's chapter to chapter like this, here we are doing it one by one. So we are in chapter 198, and the title is Smash the Typhoon's Eye. We here. Momo, Gigi, head for the eye of the typhoon. I can't fire my evil gun like this. It's taking all I've got just to hold on. I'll hold you in place with my power. Zuma, you help too. And blast it with your evil gun. But I read that over. My bad. Wait, did I? I don't know. I'm tripping. Anyway, so head for the evil eye of the typhoon and blast it with your evil gun as far as you can. I can't fire my evil gun like this. It's taking all I've got just to hold on. I'll hold you in place with my power. Zuma, you help too. My bad. I had to reread that because I don't know why I thought I missed something. Maybe I did. Anyway, we here. I'll use my power to hold you both in place. Gigi, do it. You're incredible, Momo. Here I go. All right. Spirals. Double spread. Yes, sir. Right to the eye. Look at the eye, man. Tatsu, your art is just ridiculous. We're on a fucking worm. Prehistoric worm. Doing a Kamehameha fucking special beam cannon combo blast into a giant eye. Wow, what the hell is that? Yes, it works. See the spiral. Oh, I love that shot. Like the spirals from above. That's a really cool perspective shot from Tatsu. I really like that on page, top panel on page, first panel on page 6. Wait, it regenerated. Something's coming. Hey, old bag, steer is clear. Did it shoot like electricity up or something? I love the thick outline of that. It reminds me of like, what it remind me? It reminds me of like, what's his name? Ichibe from Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War, with like his attacks with the paintbrush. Kind of remind me of that thick outlines, and it kind of reminds me of some stuff, something from like JJK. If you know, you know, something like that. But anyway, this art is amazing. And see, we keep seeing different perspective shots, and that's what I really like about this chapter so far. We barely like a quarter way in. Damn it, this is getting deadly. It's using lightning attacks. We can't survive that. Momo, what do we do? My evil gun isn't effective. You don't need to tell me that. It means the typhoon itself is the living cryptid. The typhoon itself. Hold back. Get the worm to eat a ton of the frozen sharks. I keep hearing Momo Agase's voice coming from somewhere. Where the hell are you? Don't worry about it. Just do what I say, you dumbass. You're the dumbass. If we do that, the great serpent lord won't be able to fly. That won't matter. We're going to dive into this eye of the typhoon. Are you kidding? That's crazy. If we get anywhere near it, it'll attack us with lightning again. You've just given up all hope and are trying to take us down with you. I'm not desperate, and I haven't given up hope. Taking that thing down is all I'm thinking about. I'm going to settle things for good with Yukito people. So for now, just get the worm to eat the sharks. You don't get to order me around. You really think you can settle things with us, you little shit? It's me who gets the great serpent lord to eat, not the demands of anyone else, just by my will alone. Ain't that right, you bastards? You're so right, Mama. What Mama said is the truth. What difference does it make? Here we go. Ah, Momo, here comes a lightning attack. Hold back, fire the sharks. Fire and Look at them sharks, though. They got some food. Incredible. The sharks are acting as a shield. Electricity hardly passes through ice. Yeah, we're gonna crash into the eye of the typhoon. Turn. Drifting, weave. Look at the shark. Oh yeah, this is fire. Hey, why did we dodge? I thought we were going to dive into it. Momo, we're going past the eye of the typhoon. It's fine. We're all good. What we're actually after is the typhoon itself. Gigi, fire your evil gun toward the sea. The typhoon is caused by warm seawater. Seawater, boom, spirals, okay. And the water vapor it generates, yep. But the seawater is only warm down to about 50 or 100 meters. Below that, the water's cold. So we stir up the seawater in the eye of the typhoon, the seawater will cool and the typhoon will dissipate. Right. You're a genius. I know. Hurry up and get in fire. Here we go, Evil Eye. Evil gun. Wow. I love that shot. Two of them back to back, Zuma and Gigi. Whew, I can feel like the impact of this shit. Yeah, it really is like a special beam cannon. Like for real, it's like a Kamehameha type of pose, but a special beam cannon. Gigi, we need more power. The eye's coming for us. How are we doing on sharks? Tank's empty. Damn it! They've been all spat up. Here it comes. It's starting to glow. Cool off. Damn it! Is this the right direction? Let's do this, Futa. Use everything we've got. Ooh, combo. Oh, yeah, that makes sense too, especially with the umbrella kind of acting as like a turbine in a way, right? To kind of allow that. That's actually, wow. Hey, we've been talking about this tag team between these two because they needed it because, Gigi was kind of being a dickhead to Zuma. And Zuma's like, all right, he ain't going to talk to me like that. It was kind of beefing a little bit. It was kind of, head to head a little bit, but they're working together. Ooh, look at that final panel. All that spiral, electricity, or lightning, and yeah, this chapter, the art in this, that's the first thing I'm gonna say about this chapter, and I've been saying this since like page 3 or something. The perspective shots in this chapter have been crazy. We've seen stuff from up top, on the side, like away up top, like far away up top, up close, from below. Like, man, we needed this teamwork though. We needed this team up. Oh man. So let's see what's going to happen in the next chapter. I see teeth at the bottom. I just realized that. I see teeth at the bottom of the typhoon a little bit. Or a mouth. That's interesting. I wonder if it's trying to like run away or something and it's going downwards. You know what? I think is going to happen? My prediction is that this mouth is going to get large and it's going to like swallow its paws, but it's going to like eat us. I don't know. We'll see. You can see the ear. So the ear got destroyed a little bit on the top left and the nose. And the mouth. I guess everything got destroyed. So in the next chapter, we're probably going to see what is in here, what's beneath here. I wonder how big this area is. My bad if I hit the mic. But I wonder how big this area is right here. Look at the sharks, how little the sharks look. Sharks are a lot way bigger in terms of, compared to us. But yeah, starting great tag team. This is a dynamic duo right here. And let the yokai boys be friends, man. Iwai and Futa. All right, let me get Twitchy back in here so we can read the chapter. I'm excited. I'm really feeling chapter 200 is going to be crazy. The next one, I think we're going to either finally get to see like what's there, or it's going to be like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I think it's really soon that though. Real soon. Oh, Twitchy. Oh, Malone. What happened? No.
I can't read without my music. Them's the rules.
The rules. All right. Go away.
It's pretty quick. All right.
Yep.
Chapter 198, guys. Please like the stream for us. We would sincerely appreciate it. Smash the typhoon's eye. I love eye stuff so much. Oh man, this art is crazy good. Momo, Gigi, head for the eye of the typhoon and blast it with your evil gun as hard as you can. I can't fire my evil gun like this. It's taking all I've got just to hold on. I'll hold you in place with my power. Zuma, you help too. Oh, that's what this was a reference to. The stupid Hunter x Hunter dodgeball meme. I'll use my power to hold you both in place. Gigi, do it. You're incredible, Momo. Here I go. Woo! Huh? What the hell is that? Yes, it worked. Damn, Zuma, that's a crazy position, my guy. You got crazy lateral strength. Just gave it cataracts. Wait, it regenerated. Oh no, something's coming. Hey, old bag, steer us clear. It can shoot lightning? Okay. Also, the artwork for these 2 pages, 6 and 7. Wow. Damn it, this is getting deadly. It's using lightning attacks. We can't survive that. Momo, what do we do? My evil gun isn't effective. You don't need to tell me that. It means the typhoon itself is a living cryptoid. The typhoon itself? Old bag, get the worm to eat a ton of the frozen sharks. I keep hearing Momo Ayase's voice coming from somewhere. Where the hell are you? Don't worry about it, just do what I say, you dumbass. You're the dumbass. If we do that, the great serpent lord won't be able to fly. That won't matter. We're going to dive into the eye of the typhoon. Are you kidding? That's crazy. If we get anywhere near it, it'll attack us with lightning again. You've just given up all hope and are trying to take us down with you. I'm not desperate, and I haven't given up hope. Taking that thing down is all I'm thinking about. I'm gonna settle things for good with you Quito people. So, for now, just get the worm to eat the sharks. You don't get to order me around. You really think you can settle things with us, you little shit? Blah, blah, blah. It's me who gets the great serpent lord to eat, not the demands of anyone else. It's by my will alone. Ain't that right, you bastards? You're so right, Mama. What Mama said is the truth. What difference does it make? Heard a quick little beep. All right, Vante is now back. All right, here we go. Wow, Momo, here comes a lightning attack. Old bag, fire those sharks. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, they are getting disintegrated, literally. Incredible, the sharks are acting as a shield. Electricity hardly passes through ice. Bruh, Momo, A+ in science class, all the time. Yeah, we're gonna crash into the eye of the typhoon. Turn. Hey, why did we dodge? I thought we were gonna dive into it. Momo, we've gone past the eye of the typhoon. It's fine, we're all good. We aren't aiming for the car. Shout out to Woody and Buzz. What we're actually after is the typhoon itself. Gigi, fire your evil gun towards the sea. A typhoon is caused by warm seawater and the water vapor it generates. But the seawater is only warm, down to about 50 or 100 meters. Below that, the water's cold. Warm, cold. So if we stir up the seawater in the eye of the typhoon, the seawater will cool and the typhoon will dissipate. You're a genius. No, you're a genius, Gigi. I know. Hurry up and fire. Here we go, Evil Eye. Evil gun. Dude, Zuma. With the, like, reverse plank, kind of? This thing's coming down like Kaido. I know what you are, Tatsu. Ah! Gigi, we need more power. The eye's coming for us. How are we doing on sharks? Tank's empty, damn it. They've all been spat up. Here it comes. It's starting to glow. Cool off, damn it. Is this the right direction? Let's do this, Futa. Use everything we've got. I don't even know. What does Tatsu do in the lab? Bruh! Fucking hell. I was able to squint my way through seeing this on Twitter earlier, and I was like, what is that? A bunch of clouds? Kind of, but no. That is the bottom of Any's lobby, essentially.
Yeah, they fucked that thing up. You see the ear, the mouth, the nose all getting destroyed.
Dang. I don't know. That was insane.
Umbrella turbine, Kamehameha beam.
So not a jet engine turbine,
Spiral.
but a spiral shot boosted turbine.
Spirals.
Do you think GG could, unfortunately, by accident, let out Evil Eye? Because didn't he use some of Evil Eye's spiritual energy there?
Yeah, but I think didn't we seen him do that before a few times, where he kind of had control over him, or at least to not let him out fully. Or usually when he does, he kind of just like at this point, Evil Eye is definitely getting into that, like, oh, it's okay. Like, I don't feel. Remember, like the danger that we felt like from the Curse House and then the aftermath of the Curse House, all going to space globalists, and then eventually we didn't see him that much, so we're just kind of like, okay, it's okay. But I guess he has really good control over him now, since he has, this chi chakra control.
This artwork is crazy, bro.
I didn't ever think about that. So, like, we was talking about in this series how, like, this is a series based off of just a whole bunch of paranormal, supernatural stuff. And it's interesting that Gigi is the one character that is, like, a great combo of yokai and, like, holy, spiritual, like, energy. Like, he's kind of both, well, with EY and then him having control over his chakra, the chi.
Do you think there's a way for aliens to be imbued within the body of a human, or do you think if that's exclusively for yokai? I'm not talking about wearing like a human suit like the Ito family do.
I think maybe there's like a parasitic type of alien, but it won't be like the same, but it'll be similar, I guess.
Do you think the nanotech is a species of alien?
That's a good question.
I could see it. That being like a hive mind, to where your imagination maybe has like electrical pulses in your brain that they can interpret. And that's how the nanotech actually works, is it's a whole bunch of little tardigrade nanotech.
Maybe it's bacteria. good bacteria.
That's low-key fire. Because they would all have to be in resonance for whatever the perfect form is, and the perfect form is whatever the user determines it to be.
Yep.
That's a really cool idea.
It's just like kind of how we theorize about bacteria in general. Like when Sandman was talking about it, it definitely seems like it almost seems like he's bigging up the idea of like bacteria is the ultimate. I think you said it before, like kind of like what you said right now, like the ultimate life form maybe, and then nanotech is like good bacteria, which is technically like that too, because anything you imagine, he creates. So that's very like OP, you know.
Well, I mean, there's bacteria that kills humans, and then there's bacteria that's essential to our survival in our stomach, so on and so forth. So,
but like you said with the art, we said it around the same time, like same pages and stuff earlier. I was like, man, this art right here is crazy. Like, there's all these different perspective shots, like from far away, up close, in a vertical shot of the electricity shooting up or the lightning shooting upwards from the eye. Wild.
What page is that? That's page 19. That's a kite falling down from a sky island.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie, I think we really are gearing up for chapter 200 to be pretty big. Because like next chapter, maybe something will be revealed as it's dispersed, or there's like another little, wave of stuff that we gotta get through, and then a cliffhanger for the next chapter, and then 200 is gonna be some kind of reveal.
I feel like, honestly, we're just gonna keep this One Piece ball rolling. It's gonna be a silhouette no me type of form.
This series really has everything, man. It's a buffet. It has everything.
That makes me think, are the Subterraneans the alpha species of the planet back before humans showed up? Or did they have a natural predator?
That's a good question. I mean, the fact that they I guess they kind of did go onto the surface, but like, they probably got ran away by something else before. Maybe another alien group that touched down for a little bit and probably left afterwards or something.
See, I was thinking if there was some sort of primordial species that was hunting the Subterraneans, that they were initially called the Terrarians, and then they had to go underground for their own survival.
Yep. You know what? I think okay, this is a question. Well, we obviously will get a flashback of the past, but do you think we're gonna get like a flashback like way before, like talking like primordial, prehistoric times or something?
Honestly, I think we should, because it can really expand upon what we think of this current world. So I know that there's a lot of the archaeological similarities, so like the pyramids of Giza, the Kofun burial mound, just to name a few. But honestly, I'm really interested in what did the world look like where cryptids were not cryptids, where they were a plentiful species. Did you just have like herds of the woodlands creature just walking around? Momo's definitely disappearing.
And it just makes sense for the plot because she's so clutch all the time. So it's like,
that's what I was thinking this whole time. It's like she's coming up with the plan to always win all the time.
Yep. Which also allows the other characters to flourish, even though they already have been flourishing. But like, it really can let them do it a lot more.
Oh, that's another potential thought. What do you make of the fact that Granny Kito can't see Momo, but she can hear her clearly? So we saw where Vamola couldn't see or hear her. Do you think it's related to what species she is, or do you think that it is like she's the next to forget Momo?
Hold on. My internet is tripping.
Okay. I'll ask you guys then. Do you think do you think that there is a reason why Granny Kito can hear Momo but can't see her? Or do you think that she will be the next one to forget Momo completely? Because Vamola, she could not see or hear Momo. Dodoria couldn't see Momo at first, but now she can a little bit. And Gigi can see and hear her. So I'm curious if like seeing her and hearing her are two different spectrums, or if one gets depleted, then the other one is then the reserve fuel tank that starts to get used.
It could be Tatsu also, like kind of just showing with multiple senses. Okay, people are starting to forget her in every way possible, or not being able to notice her in every way, whether it's by sight, hearing.
I mean, we did get one silhouette this chapter, page 8. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a Luffy dancing in front of the flames, but you know, you take what you can get.
I wonder when Vamola's going to come back into play. Like, is she going to be like the kind of crash and landing for us, or maybe for Seiko, since she's still in the plane with Seiko?
What do you think the limit is of Vamola's suit?
Up,
do you
so
think she can go giant size
insane,
like the god on her planet?
I don't know if she can yet, but I think she definitely will, to that extent. She's gonna grow her wings. Let's go.
Can I just say, I really appreciate the detail. You see it on the double spread of 4 and 5, but you also sort of see it on page 2. There's just a very slight reflection of light on the iris. It's like that little, I don't know, but whenever you're drawing eyes, like that's one thing that makes it seem realistic.
Yep.
And he didn't have to add that to this, but he did.
He said, I'm a mangaka, goddammit. My illustration.
Anatomically accurate. He's like, that's the one thing, Oda, I'll never follow you. I'll draw anatomically and accurate characters at all times.
Week to week. You know what I think too, with Tatsu, I think we are gearing up for like a lot of lore dumps, because I can't really say what I've seen this from before, but I feel like when I do read manga, I notice when there's like a, you know, when people say, oh my god, this mangaka is right or drawing this week to week, and it's always like detailed, you know, illustrations of a lot of different stuff. I think when you do that in like a streak like this, eventually there's gonna be a cutoff point, and there's gonna be a lot of lore dumps, and not like all of this art constantly, because no one can do this to this extent, this good, this consistent for months on end. That's like very hard to do.
I mean, there was a stretch where Horikoshi just went stupid with the artwork.
Yeah. And it's hard to do that, to just keep it up like that, because the time, you know, it takes a lot of time to finish these in, and then every week publish, and then go on for the next chapters that you got to do.
And not to like throw any shade at Tatsu, because obviously he's a great artist, but I do wonder how much he delegates his artwork to his assistants, because a lot of these shots are like background shots. And one shot in particular that I do want to bring to your attention is the bottom of page 19. Now, I personally am quite a fan of this in terms of when an author takes a picture of real life and then draws manga on top of it. If you look at those clouds, that looks like a picture.
Yeah.
With like the sheer texturing that you see, but then with all the other layers on top of it, it looks phenomenal. I really love that in Gigant, so the same mangaka as Gantz and Inuyashiki. They are also insane with the level of detail in their cross-hatching. But I really do appreciate when you can, like I said, layer real life, let's just call it scenery, with the rest of your manga. But go ahead.
I really like page 7. That's my favorite page of the chapter.
That is great.
The vertical shot, the lightning going up towards them, and then also
the shading on the back side of the worm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Both of that shot, and then with the eye, both of those panels vertically. That's pretty cool too. I didn't. So you don't see that too often. 2 vertical panels like that on a page.
Not too often. It's a little unorthodox, but I think it works here. Because you see the lightning attack going up, and then you see what it turned into once it starts splitting off at the top.
Also, page 6, the top panel. I love that shot because you can see the spirals, and you can tell that you're like far away from them and the eye.
Oh yeah.
And that's how it would look, if you're far away. So yeah, the perspective shots in this manga is always really, really cool.
I don't know. There's just something about the top panel of pages 4 and 5. I think we were talking about this previously. So in the Don Manra arc, where you have that perspective shot of Momo and Gigi, that kind of reminds me of that same sort of perspective.
That's still one of my favorite.
The characters are closer to the right, and then back in the distance to the left is the enemy.
Yep. Yeah, we're gearing up for something special. I feel it. 200, chapter 200. That will be the day. And oh wow, 200 is going to drop around the time the anime comes back, huh? This next chapter will be on the 23rd.
23rd, and then the 30th.
23rd.
So if he doesn't take a break after 199, then it'll be a week early. But if he does decide to take a break for a week,
or that week,
to line it up perfectly,
Nice. So we get Monday, Dandadan probably. If he doesn't take a break, we get that Monday, and later in the week, get that episode.
Another really underrated aspect of what I feel is Gigi's intensity for his attack is the way that his hair blows back. The Newton's law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The way that his hair flies backwards, and you can see Zuma's hair also flying backwards even though Gigi's right in front of him, it just shows how powerful that attack was. And it's like a drop in the bucket. It regenerated almost immediately.
Yeah. Man.
So do you think it's made out of clouds? When they said it regenerated, what do you think it's made out of? Like, what is that substance or material? Is that spiritual energy?
Probably. I can't.
Is it like condensed electricity? As raw as that sounds?
Because it's even hard to, page 1 or like the last page of the last chapter where it looks like flesh, but not flesh. It's cloud, electricity, fleshy. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, because looking at page 1, it would make it seem like you would have to bust open the capsule that's in front of the eye. But then when Gigi's attack hits, it's almost like that just went right through it with no resistance.
Yep. I just feel like we're in one of these spots in this manga where it's like we're fighting this, and we kind of said this last week too. But like, imagine like just in the future, like 100 chapters from now, looking back, like, remember we didn't know what the hell this whole eye
small
situation
potatoes,
was, and
small potatoes.
Exactly. This like my brain, it feels like I'm thinking in the future tense when I'm like reading this right now. I'm like, this is crazy. But at the same time, I'm thinking about it already. Like,
it's not that crazy.
It's not nothing. Yeah. I'm like, remember when we thought this? It just feels like one of those situations. I don't know.
Well, when I saw the Mongolian Death Worm come back, I was just like, son of a nutcracker. That thing was such a problem.
Right.
They nerfed it a little bit, and then they gave it a remix. They're like, oh, it can eat and spit out sharks like a machine gun. What are you talking about? And it's not like those things are flying out just like willy-nilly, like you know you have like a bit of drool coming down your chin. No, that's like full-on spitball coming out.
Yeah, that's a good point though. He said with the worm, like think about the anime right now. That was the big bad of the arc. That was the thing that was causing us a lot of.
It seemed insurmountable. It seemed like, how are we ever going to defeat this thing?
Yep. Now it's like it's just a tool right now.
It's something that you can equip with a bit of water.
Like this series, like I feel like you can really just follow some of these kids. Like, we kind of said it before about like Ira. Like it was fun being with Ira's group and what we had with her and Koki and Rin.
Yeah.
Like it's a few characters can like carry this manga for like a stretch. They really can, and I like that. You don't always have to have it be the main character.
You don't often see that heavy lifting from this many side characters. Eventually, like, he'll get a one-off. Like, for My Hero, for example, when you had the Endeavor Pro Hero arc, like, he carried the story for a while. And then you had the My Villain Academia with Shiggy, obviously, Redestro, but yeah, this series, it's really whoever wants to drive. There's no designated driver. Everyone gets a turn.
Yep.
In the best way possible.
We're just nowhere yet. That's the thing that is just in the back of my mind every time I read this manga. I'm like, we like it this much, and we still haven't seen anything that, like, we just feel it. We just sense it. We get an idea that Tatsu's about to start getting to his back. I really think he's going to start doing lore dumps soon. Because like every week it's like the same. His art is at a top level, and we have to like defeat whatever we're fighting against. But I can't remember the last time we really in this manga we've never really gotten a true lore dump like stretch. It might be a chapter where we learn something new, or we'll learn something in the middle of a fight. We don't really learn anything outside of like a flashback or a fight.
Damn, I'm just looking at pages. Also, like a long ass chapter. This thing is 25 pages.
I didn't realize.
With this level of quality all throughout it. But I was gonna say, I was looking at pages 22 and 23. I am already salivating at how the anime is gonna animate this.
Oh yeah.
I know it's gonna have a combination of the two colors. Whatever color they decide to pick for Zuma and Gigi is gonna be like a purple and, let's just say, blue twister, or purple and yellow twister. Kobe.
You know what, with Gigi's spiral, like his stuff, I don't know why I never think about it being like, what color do you think that it will be? I know that's Evil Eye right there, so it'd be purple for that. But like without Evil Eye, what color?
Well, go back to what page was that? Page
Like
18.
Yeah.
I think Evil Eye has his own color and Gigi has his own color.
Oh, both. Okay.
So I think it's going to be a mixture. Like, let's just say, I don't know, like a light blue and purple.
You think Gigi's like on his own as blue whenever he does his
I think
attack?
so. Yeah.
In my head, I don't
And
know why I
then
always looked at orange. I don't know
if
why.
Or, I mean, I could see that. Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, what goes with purple. There's not a lot of colors that really go with purple well, I feel.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking about when you mix, let's just, again, for the sake of argument, let's just say that Zuma is yellow and Gigi is blue. You know, whenever tornadoes start to be really prevalent, you get a green sky.
Green. Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like they could have like a bright green type of attack down, and that would be like insanity.
But yeah, that umbrella, that's crazy. That combo attack is crazy. But it just makes sense. Using like a turbine essentially with that energy, it just makes sense.
I'm back momentarily. I was gonna ask, since this series is so scientifically grounded, what do we make of the rule that energy cannot be created or destroyed? How do we think that this eye is shooting off electronic beams?
Well, since like lightning, when it comes, you know how lightning crashes is really because of the sky and the ground instantaneously meet in the air. I'm thinking that like
because it
maybe
pointed down when they were trying to hit it. So I'm thinking to myself, like, it can't just be, you know, because lightning, as far as I know, is omnidirectional. It only goes from one to the other. It doesn't, you know, like, choose to go sideways, I guess. Mana potion, Sherm. You're too funny.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, we don't know what the hell this thing is really like.
Truly.
Like, is there something in the center of it? Like, what? I mean, I'm assuming there definitely is because we just on the last page, you literally see the nose, the ear, and the mouth getting destroyed. Mostly the nose and the ear.
I mean, mouth's not looking too hot either.
I just see teeth, you know.
Yeah, that's all that's left. Shout out to Bert Holt. I was just rewatching that earlier this week. But I don't know, man. I feel like at a certain point, like I'm trying to extend the stream, but it's just like Tatsu gave us nothing, but also gave us everything.
Yeah, this is one of those chapters where it's like, I really think we're just moving towards 200. I think that's the chapter where, you know, something's going to happen. It just feels like we're at 198. All these chapters felt very similar to the last, very artsy, very fight heavy. The next one's going to end on the cliffhanger going into 200. That's going to hurt. I feel like that's
the next chapter is really going to hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, in other series, I would be upset with, you know, kind of the, let's just call it the slow progression of the story. With this series, I love it because he keeps introducing these unique twists into it, and no, that's not a pun with the spiral.
Yes, it is.
I promise you that one is not an intentional pun. But Yeah, every time he introduces like some new stuff, and we really have not gone back to astral projection. We have not gone back to spirals. We've not gone back to the power of words or speech. Oh, that's interesting. Do you think maybe the parts of the human cryptid could relate to that? Eyes are typically drawn with like spirals. Like the power of words could be, I don't know, the mouth.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I'm just thinking if maybe the human cryptid will show us like the next aspect of the power system, like something to deal with smells.
Maybe. We're trying to make it the Shimane, man. God damn it.
I just want to get rid of this curse. Oh, and that even goes to show, like, we don't know if there's going to be a cost for getting the curse removed. We don't know if we're going to get there in time.
Right. That's the... Oh, man.
God, I hope Haikyuu doesn't die in chapter 200. I swear to God, Tatsu. Don't do this to me. You can't do this to me.
We're near enough for that. Like, it's... You can't do this to me. It is imminent. It is... Yeah. Yeah. It's GG. Now that was fun. But I think that's pretty much it, though. Honestly.
I mean, I'm just impressed with Tatsu. His whole team. This concept, obviously, but really the execution on a week-to-week basis. There's a lot of series that I read. This will be my last point. There's a lot of series that I read that I do not enjoy the week to week. And that was the case with My Hero. That's the case with One Piece.
Yeah.
That's the case with Undead Unluck. I do not have that same issue with Dandadan, despite the fact of what we just talked about, that this particular section of the arc really hasn't moved us forward a lot in the overall story. It's just been combat and artwork. But you know what? It's so good, I don't care. I really don't. Because every week feels like a fresh new experience for what this series is becoming slowly over time. There's just so much to love. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
I'm lagging again. I'm lagging bad.
Okay. You want me to finish up?
Come help me out straight. Hold on.
Was it ever explained why the Mongolian Death Worm had those patterns on its side? Is that seemingly camouflage, or what's going on with those spots? I mean, to a certain extent, I guess it could be hypnotic to look at for all of those dots, but I don't know. Maybe something more than meets the eye with that. Yeah, I definitely think that spiral tornado attack from GG is dual tone. And then tritone with Zuma coming in. I'll call my shot now. I think Zuma's color will be bright yellow, like like his younger brother galoshes and some yellow umbrellas. And I wonder if Vante said he thought Gigi's spiritual energy spiral was orange because of the chakra in Naruto, or I'm so sorry, Vante. Or if it'll be light blue, like I guess, like his Rasengan. Either or would be nice. All right, well, if I see the go-ahead from Vante, I'll wrap us up here, unless he wants to try to figure out what's going on with the internet. This is, again, the reverse situation, because normally my internet is not great, and it has not been great earlier today, but for some reason, this stream has been going great so far. So another reminder, guys, if you've stayed with us for this full hour, if you could like the stream for us, we'd sincerely appreciate it. Get us out to more Dandadan viewers, and welcome back, partner.
It was an equivalent exchange. That's what it was. Typhoon.
Yeah, Uno reverse.
Got to.
I'm the
Always Uno reverse.
Uno card yokai. All right, well, yeah, I just been.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty much done.
All right.
Or
pretty much all I got
Yahtzee.
Before I die, because this is crap.
All right, I'll end us up. So,
Back.
guys, we do have more content coming this week. I promise. I am trying to get out more editing. I've just been so mentally exhausted this week and the last week. But we got Haikyuu, we got My Hero Academia Vigilantes, we got Fire Force. In a couple weeks, we got Squid Game Season 3, the final season. Then we have Dandadan after that, Gachi Akuda, and then we are going to try, again, fingers crossed, to start up the Chainsaw Man manga volume reactions next Saturday. So, with that being said, as Vante likes to say, stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. We'll see you in the next video or stream, bars, and peace.
Peace.